Have you ever been out in public and heard an older person say something that made everyone stop and stare? Maybe it was a comment about how lazy young people are nowadays. Or maybe someone talking super loud in a quiet place like a library. You're not imagining it. These moments happen a lot. But here's the thing, most of the time it's not meant to be rude. Sometimes these little habits just build up over time, and no one talks about them. Well, today we're going to talk about them. And more importantly, you'll learn how to fix them. Number 1. Judging younger people. You've probably heard something like this before. Kids these days don't know how to work. Or maybe, we never acted like that when I was young. Older people sometimes compare everything to the past, and they think it was better. But when you talk like that in public, it can feel like an attack. It makes younger people feel like they're not good enough, even when they're doing their best. So what can you do instead? Well, first, avoid judgmental statements like, "these days," or "back in my day." Instead, ask questions. How does that work? Or, what made you choose that path? Also, be curious, not critical. Remember, every generation is different. Not better or worse, just different. When you show interest instead of judgment, people open up. And that's when real conversations happen. Number 2, talking too loud or interrupting. Ever been in a restaurant and someone's voice just cuts through the whole place? Sometimes older people talk louder without noticing, or they interrupt, jumping into the middle of a story or cutting someone off. Is it because of hearing problems? Maybe, but often it's just a habit. So what can you do instead? Well, first, pause before you speak. Let the other person finish. Then use a calm tone. Even if you're excited, speak in a normal voice. Also, make eye contact. It helps you tune in instead of talk over. When you slow down and listen, people feel respected. And when people feel respected, they listen to you too. 3. Complaining in public. It's too cold. Why is this taking so long? Back in my day, things were better. Sound familiar? Complaining can feel like venting. But in public, it brings down the vibe, especially when you do it around strangers, workers, or younger people. So, what can you do instead? First, try to notice something good, even something small. Then, share a story, not just a complaint. For example, instead of saying, "This music is too loud," say something like, "You know, back when I was young, I used to love playing music with my friends. It was so much fun." Finally, if there's a real problem, ask calmly for help. People respond better to kindness than complaints, every time. Number 4, being overly critical. You're dressed like that. Why would you get a tattoo? You're parenting all wrong. Sometimes older people say what's on their mind, without thinking how it sounds. It might come from love or worry, but in public, it can feel like an attack, especially to someone who's already feeling unsure or stressed. So, what can you do instead? Well, if it's serious, wait for a private moment. Tell them you care about them and then give your opinion. But remember, it's their life. If it's not so serious, start with something positive. Then add your little critique. "You look great. That color looks amazing on you. Just FYI, that dress might not be the best for a job interview." Finally, sometimes it's best to keep it to yourself. Most of the time, people don't need advice. They just need support. 5. Refusing to adapt to change. New technology, new words, new music. And what do some older people say? "This stuff is stupid." Or, "I don't need to learn that." But here's the truth. Change isn't going away. And refusing to change doesn't make you strong. It just closes doors. If you want to stay connected, ask for help learning something new. For example, instead of saying, "That song is stupid," say, "Can someone send me the lyrics?" Then try it before you knock it. "I've never used that app. What does it do?" Finally, see the good in what's different, not just what's familiar. When you grow with others, you stay part of the world around you. So, what have you learned today? Judging, complaining, and criticizing can push people away, especially in public. But you can change that. With small shifts, like listening more, asking questions, and staying open, you build better relationships. It's never too late to grow. And when you do, younger people notice. They respect it. And most of all, they respect you.